Ever since Flower Boy, Tyler the Creator has become somewhat of the poster boy for alt music. You can definitely see the influence he's had on the youth based on things even down to the way they dress and their whole aesthetic. Everything kind of mimics that Flower Boy era of Tyler the Creator. However, for whatever reason, people seem to forget the album that preceded Flower Boy, Cherry Bomb. Now, like I said in my other video about the first album from an artist after you become a fan, those albums will always be biased for yourself. Some people may hate it, but you're probably like, this shit's not half bad. That's how I feel about Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb was my first Tyler album way back in my freshman year of high school. It was so sonically different to other albums from rappers I had already heard that it stood right next to Rodeo from Travis Scott in terms of making me take a trip with the way the song sounded. There are even songs that bleed over into that Flower Boy era of music from Tyler. They started to arise in the latter half of the album, with Tyler kind of starting to sing and harmonize, as well as having his partner in crime, Kali Uchis, on some of the tracks. Now, I'm going to re-listen to the record and see if I still feel the same way about it, as I feel I'm the only one who still sticks up for this album when people dog the shit out of it. Now, prior to the re-listen, I've only had a few of the tracks in my playlist rotation, so I hear them quite often, but the others have disappeared from my mind, so it's almost going to be like I'm hearing it for the first time again. So, I'll holler at y'all in a second. Okay, so chat, is this real? This album is lost. There are so many songs that are kind of just noise, but yet I still like them. I hate to say it, but maybe what I said about the first albums when you're a new fan don't hold up. I found myself confused with some of the songs. They seem like experimental throwaways that frankly should have never left the hard drive. And other songs I felt if he had cut the first half of the song and kept the second portion would be more memorable. For example, I think it's called Okaga, California or whatever. The second part of the song is so good with this sort of surreal, ghostly, haunting instrumental that is very pleasing to listen to. But the first part is kind of ruined by Tyler trying to sing. Like, he's not quite where he is on, say, Igor yet, where he can kind of do a little something, but here it's like it's raunchy, it's nasty to listen to. The Brown Stains of Darquise Latifah is not only one of the most abysmal titles I have ever had to say, but also a terrible song that even Schoolboy Q couldn't save as a feature. Then you got a song like Keep the O's, which is definitely one of the songs of all time. But songs like Buffalo, Pilot, Blow My Load, Smuckers, and even the song Cherry Bomb were some of the songs that I really latch onto, and in my opinion, keeps up the theme, despite there not really being one, of this album. The raunchiness of Tyler at the time dialed up to 11. Before he dials it back down on Flower Boy, like I said, tracks like Perfect and Two Seater are definitely beginnings of the newly grown Tyler the Creator in terms of where he was headed as an artist till now. I would think it's definitely the theme of this album. Overall, Cherry Bomb is an album with no structure. If you ask me the theme of it, I'd honestly say it doesn't have one. It's more akin to an album with experimental songs that could be perceived as throwaways, but also holds little nuggets of great music to come.